All right, everybody, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. And as we do today's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, we're a day late.
Thursday.
So as we do once in a while on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, we got the brother Calathenos on tonight. And tonight's topic is, are Black militants and separatists helping or troublemaking? Kala, go ahead and take it away.
Well, the reason why I did this, doing the show tonight, is because I did a blog talk on my blog talk radio. When I started out, I had several different themes that I wanted to put out there. And just to give a lowdown, there was sacred cows, there was arrested development, and the enemy within. Those main themes of the college Genesis culture critic. And one of it was the enemy within was called the troublemaker. Or the people like Booker T. Washington. Like I said, I rarely quote people, but some things stand out, and I always repeat what they say. If there's really something substantial, I'll repeat. He said, "What we have in Black America is a class of men who are making a living off of the misery and suffering of Black people by basically going to the white community, saying we need this, saying we need that, agitating and everything. They're not for self-help. They're not for self-improvement. These type of people hate real nationalist movements. They hate real, tangible people that can actually do something. All it is basically no matter what progress Black people in, is never enough. So what I talk about is the professional troublemaker. Now, the troublemaker comes in many different forms. He could be an integrationist, or he could be a separatist. You know, if integration seems to be working, it's not enough integration. If separatism is working, it's never enough separatism. So in other words, basically, and they take that argument as always in front and grandstanding in front of a white audience. So therefore, white America is completely misinformed, completely about who we are as a people, what is our aims and objectives. They couldn't tell you what exactly do we want and everything. The majority of Black people in this country want a decent life, whether it means integration into America or it means building a nation of their own. Both sides have legitimate merit and legitimate accolades. The problem is you have people out there who don't represent or are not serious about who cuts my beard. Man, that's my
Stevie Wonder, Thanos.
That's funny. That's good. That was a good one. Anyway, so the whole thing is what I'm talking about the troublemakers tonight is I really believe and feel, and I know this for years, I never really said nothing. I'm really starting to believe that the majority of people on social media and the majority of people that's out there in the mainstream media with the hashtags are not serious about anything other than making a name for themselves and making trouble with white America, which ultimately all falls back onto Black America. Because they'll be long gone. They don't have any consciousness of the repercussions that they might cause, or the hurt or the harm they might bring to Black people. And then we ask, well, okay, what's your plan B if that doesn't work? Oh, what's the plan B? Plan B is if you talk about going out there and you're gonna rise up and everything, as you always say, we're gonna get together, we're gonna rise up and everything. What's your plan B when they come and retaliate? And they start killing people and they start arresting people. And what's your plan B? Well, we don't like that. See, the problem is.
Now, Kala, you brought up Black Lives Matter. They've disappeared.
Of course.
Hey, Kala, they got your boy D-Ray. D-Ray got his book deal money and
of course
speaking engagements, and he dipped.
Oh yeah. A couple of years ago, I raised that point about Black Lives Matter. I knew they were a bunch of phonies. I knew they were backed by the LGBT and what's that guy, George Soros, and all these other people. They weren't serious about Black liberty. They weren't serious about police brutality. It was just nothing but a hashtag to gain attention and ultimately get personal aggrandizement and personal fame. I said that years ago, and I had people call against Black Lives Matter. I think he's a secret agent. I don't know, I don't know if you did. That's why just me being one step smarter than a lot of people and everything. I saw that years ago. I said, look, that's not a serious organization. That's not serious. People say, well, there was people who started Black Lives Matter. He was, it doesn't matter who started Black Lives Matter. Yeah,
Right.
the brother that got killed and that was found dead in Missouri, he was the one who started Black Lives. It doesn't matter. The 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 Black Lives Matter that everybody listened to, those lesbian females from the queer folk, whatever, they
Right.
took it over. The media gave them. It's another thing. People thought, oh, the power of the internet. If the internet's so powerful, then why is it that mainstream media can select who's a black leader? In 2019, they can focus on what group or whatever hashtag. It's a
Right.
battle for who got the most likes and everything, so they can get on MSNBC. Then they become the leader of a said movement. So you're still not gaining anything because you have no control over your narrative. You have to get to the mainstream media, and they have to recognize you as the so-called leader of whatever movement you're in. So you're still playing the same politics of what Negro, who's the Negroes will stand out in front of white America. And the whole thing is they make this trouble. Why? One, there's I think, and a malicious part about it is the fact that I think people do this just to make black people's lives more difficult in white America. Or the other side is they really don't care about black people. They're just there for their own money and their own stuff, and they're gone.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it ended up being.
excuse me.
That's what it ended up being. They were just there
Yeah,
for their own personal gain.
personally, like Colin Kaepernick. I said that was another phony movement. What happened? He got his money, and the whole thing went away. I said that. Well, Colin, how can you figure this out? I know people because I know people. I
Did you
know.
have what's your degree in, Colin? What's your
I got a
PhD
PhD in Negroology.
in?
You know, I know the American Negro. I know black people like the back of my hand. About the palm of my hand. I can read black people a mile away. I know when somebody's serious. I know when they're just shucking and jiving and bullshit and whatnot. That's how we survived for 400 years in America is by shucking and jiving and not being serious about anything. We talk loud. We incoherent. We talk out the sides of our mouth. But the bottom line is the majority of black people ain't serious about anything. Not serious about nationalism.
Right.
They're not serious about integration. They're not serious about anything. They're not serious about bettering the community. Remember how there was a book that came out a couple of years ago called Prison to Pipeline, New Jim Crow, blah, 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 blah. So to find out, actually, prison rates among black men have been going down. Incarceration rates has been actually going down. But don't let them let the truth come into the thing, because we still need something to talk about. We need Jim Crow. Okay, Jim Crow's majority of people in prison are either Hispanic illegals or white. The number of black men actually going to jail has actually been going down.
But what's the percentage of black people that are still in the prisons, though?
Okay, the percentage, there's approximately 700,000 black men in the criminal justice. That means either locked up, probation, jail, or prison. 700,000 nationwide. I have a total like 20 million black males in America. When that's a small percentage, but you would think you and me are on weekend furloughs right now. Or every black man you see is getting knocked on the door and they're locking everybody up. Because the bottom line, instead of coming up with some solutions to solve some of the problems we still have in America with systemic racism and everything like that, it doesn't do anything. Because why? Because like most black people and everything, it takes hard work. When something takes hard work, black people don't want to get involved. When something takes when it's a 100-year plan and it requires discipline and sacrifice and stuff like that, no, black people don't want to get involved. It's easy just to get on a talk show and get on thing and look how many clicks and likes you got and everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
As far as getting on a talk show and
getting on a talk show and running your mouth, trying to get a book deal, and doing the same old stupid.
Become a political pundit on CNN and
CNN and get invited on there, and all that. And you think you have all this influence and power? It's all about feeding your ego at the expense of actually having something. So you're basically talking on CNN for 45 million people that you haven't interviewed. You didn't screen. You didn't get a consensus. You didn't get a mandate for the people. But you get on there, and the bottom line is you want white people to think that you got some mob waiting outside the door to break shit up and rise up at any time. So get go and say hard work is kryptonite. Yeah, I know. I said I got a PhD in Negroology. The Negro will take the shortest possible route.
The least passive resistance. The path of least
passive resistance. The least passive resistance is getting a hashtag and getting up there on social media acting like a friggin' idiot, imbecile. That's the path of least resistance. Anyone can do that. Anyone can get on social media, make up a platform, get some views, clicks and likes and everything like that, and feel like they're doing something. You know, I got work, I got receipts. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
got receipts. You know, where I was there, this, I was that, I was marching out there. Well, what did you accomplish? I don't know. I was there. I was marching. Man, I met this leader right here. I met him right there. I'm his heir apparent, man. I'm nearly full of heir apparent. You know, I was down there. You know. I'll say, okay, see, I'm the heir apparent to John Henry Clark. I'm the next biggest thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Next biggest thing. But why should I listen to you? Why should I? Is that going to put more money in my pocket? Is that going to give us get us any place further? No, but the main thing is I got the knowledge. I got the knowledge. I got the data. I got all the stuff like that. You know,
The data, the knowledge.
I got the knowledge and whatnot, you know. I got the knowledge. You got tricknology. And that's another thing. Negroes used to come at me with tricknology back then. Colin, you got to be careful with tricknology. I say, no, tricknology, my friend, since I got a PhD in Negroology, is when you're dumb and you haven't really studied it and you don't know anything, it's very often that the white man can trick you, you know? Yeah, that's that tricknology. But when somebody is intelligent and well-read like me, I don't fall for tricknology. Then people stop using that terminology on my radio show. I don't say tricknology anymore because Carl will clown me on that. Only Negroes, dumb niggas get tripped by tricknology because you are simple, you are stupid. You know, if the white man says this and you go do it and everything, I've been tricked again by the white man. Why? Why is it that you keep falling for the same stupid shit year after year, year after year, and you ain't making any progress? Why? Because subconsciously you want to fail. You want to fail because you want to have an excuse to say, "See, the white man holding me back. The white man did."
No. They'll blame it on black people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like the white man did it, or black people didn't show me no love. They didn't show me
There
no
you go. That's what it is. Black people didn't show me no love.
Black people don't show me no love. Black people don't show love. And it's all an attack on black people. You really want to attack black people for not friggin' propping your stupid, simple ass up because you didn't have no plan. It's like like I said, I do. I write novels and I write short stories, right? And I had one humorous one I came across it, and I wrote down an essay. I didn't publish it nothing like that, but it goes like this: a bunch of black people, we were on the plantation, right? And they know this is a cruel master, but there's a one chance that you might escape, right? So one brother comes to another brother and says, "Yo, man, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I know I can make it, whatever like that. Yo, we're gonna hit the overseer overhead and we're gonna dash down. We're gonna be free." And the people look at him like, "Negro, are you crazy? I got a plan, right?" But F y'all, I'm gonna go for myself. Half a day later, you see him getting marched back. Everybody's watching him. You see him getting marched back with the dogs barking and whatnot, and they're coming up there, tie him to the pole to whip him. And people say, I tried to warn you and whatnot, you know. If you don't have a foolproof plan that can really do something and take this thing over, take this system over, or do something like that, shut your mouth. Because all you want to do is, and then the same slave, when he got returned back, he was angry at everybody for not backing him. We could have did this, we could have got everybody killed. You know, that's what our ancestors, people said, "Oh, I would have did this." Well, how can you say that when police shoot black people all the time and get away with it, right? The guy that shot those two women,
in Walmart,
Walmart, right? He's going to get off of that, you know.
So Kala, let me ask you, what happens? So if you can't stand trial, they just keep you in a mental institution, or what happens?
They'll put him in a mental institution, right? And they say like that. Then he goes to a mental institution, right? He'll be under lock and key. After 10 years, he's rehabilitated. He still won't get trial because he's not deemed competent to stand trial. He only got 100 days to bring somebody to trial after arrest. He'll get off. Basically, he'll get off because the state of Kentucky can't stand to see a white man face a capital punishment for killing a black person. That's just the way it is. But there's no black person going to get to him like they did Jeffrey Dahmer. They're not going to say, you know, something you got to pay this and we're just going to run our mouth, talk about how big and bad you are. You're going to be posing on Facebook with your AK-47, raising your fist with your RBG flag, and you ain't going to do anything. I'm going to see more pictures of, oh, we got to protect the babies. You see black men out there with their kids shooting guns at a firing range like they were going to do something. You are not going to shoot nobody. You're not going to shoot no police. You ain't going to rise up. So shut the hell up. All you're doing is basically making it harder for everybody to say, well, what do we do? Well, the thing is, well, if you want to think long term, they say long term, you have to understand that every police department in this country is going to give you the same thing. The future, the real possibility that your kid or grandkid can be killed by the police is real. The real possibility that gang violence and everything could take a life, and your relative is going to be a cold case. Like I have a couple of cold cases in my family. People murdered, and nobody brought to justice. Why? Because the police don't really investigate black murders like they do white murders. You know, so if you think that's okay, you think that's okay in America, then don't join the nationalist movement for the future. That's another thing. When you talk with black people, they want it now, 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 now. But other people are planning their future 100 years out. The Chinese already have a plan for how they're going to be 50 years from now. They got aims, goals, everything. I have not seen a plan from any black organization what we're going to do in the future. It's all about, yeah, we're going to, next year, we're going to have this big rally. It's always these big rallies. You know? We're going to have this big march. We're going to have this big protest and everything. And the white media eggs it on, make it seem like they actually do stuff. Oh, we're going to have the millions justice or else. They're all coming down to D.C. Woo! And you know, let me tell you something, let you know a fact. White people are not afraid of you. You know, they're not afraid of Farrakhan. They're not afraid of Nation of Islam. They're not afraid of the New Black Panther Party. They're not afraid of any of that. They're not even afraid of you becoming a numerical majority. They know they got this shit on lock. So as soon as you get that stupid thing out of your head that you're gonna rise up and all kinds of
rise up,
rise up and everything. So when I'm talking about the professional troublemaker, it leads me to Al Sharpton, right?
Al Sharpton.
I've been studying Al Sharpton. I always ask, when we was in New York, right? You had people in the hood like, who is this clown?
Right.
TV.
Hey, Colin, you know, there was an article maybe, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago saying that Al Sharpton is the most influential, powerful black man in America outside of Barack Obama.
Yeah, but the thing is, how did he get that influential and powerful? He doesn't do anything. He's a huckster. He's on MSNBC. That's what he wanted. He's getting $1 million, $2 million a year salary and everything, and he got money donors. He's a guy that sold the rights to his book, right, where publishing rights were, and then donated to his own 501c nonprofit, right? What kind of mess is that? He owes $4 million in taxes he's never paid and everything.
How do you have, but okay, how do you owe $4 million in taxes and not get the Wesley Snipes treatment?
Oh, because Al Sharpton's useful. Because he's friends with the Obamas and the Clintons. You know, if you're that connected with the Obamas and Clintons, they need Al Sharpton because they really do think. See, you understand? So people like Al Sharpton these people are fighting for their life. They know as soon as white people, the white liberals, figure out that he has no influence over the black vote or whatever like that, they're gonna toss him, and he's trying to get all he can out of it right now because he knows his days. As soon as they figure out that he really has no thing, he takes credit for giving the blackout vote out there to get Obama elected twice. So they think he's this big power broker. When it didn't happen for Hillary, right? When it didn't happen, that's what Hillary got elected for, because black people didn't show up to vote. That's what it really happened. Black people didn't show up to vote. A lot of black people turned towards nationalist politics. We're looking at Africa. We're looking overseas and everything. We're getting disinterested. See, the most dangerous thing in America right now is black people getting disinterested in American political politics. Look at the Koreans. Do you ever see the Koreans out there on talk shows?
No.
You ever see the Chinese?
No.
The reason why they have black people, let me put it to you like this. Just like black wealth, the black labor built America, black vote, the free black vote is what builds the political system in America. It does two things. As long as there's large numbers of black people in the Democratic Party, the Republicans say, see, the blacks are really trying to take over and everything. You got to vote for me because affirmative action, that's a buzzword.
But you know, white women benefit the most. Colin, white women benefit the most.
All right, I'm just going to get to that. When affirmative action was started, right, we went out there and sold it, right? We went out there and sold it and everything like that. The party was supposed to be for ours. It's like we created a party. We set up everything and everything, but we didn't get to eat at the party. We didn't get to dance and whatnot, but we get to clean it up. A huge slate of white women went into corporate America. There was no white women in corporate America prior to the 1960s. White women portrayed on TV were homemakers and everything. The Chinese were not in mainstream America. The Chinese benefited the most. Chinese and white women. Why? Because the whole thing was they took it from race-based, where we're going to basically make up a slavery, which was affirmative action was supposed to be for, to diversity. Diversity means Let's get these Latinos in. Let's get the Chinese in. Let's get black women in. Let's get all stuff like that. Let's get white women in, right? So the bottom line is the black male in America had not made any real progress from that because they included all these other groups, and we're still the ones carrying the water for affirmative action, something we never historically never benefited from. So therefore, now you got these white women and everybody else is positions of power. Look at what's wrong with the black? Looking down on those on Black America and everything. Uh, uh, what is Black America going to do? What is Black America going to do? Black America politically have not. That's why in the wake of Barack Obama's presidency, Black people said we're freaking weak. You know, Trayvon Martin case, we're completely powerless. Powerless because we go to one political party instead of creating our own political party and deal with it from like
you know all the Negro stalling tactics and excuses I get when I bring up just creating our own party.
Yeah, yeah. They say well, that's just a vote for the Republicans. So what? How worse can it get right now? And the whole thing about the Republicans is this: the Republicans are really, really going to doing this LGBT and all this feminist nonsense. That's what if the Republicans have their way. Goodbye feminism, goodbye LGBT. That's what the real battle's for. But they use black people as a conduit. Oh, this is a racist. This and the other thing. They don't care about black people. They've shown they don't care. Look at New York, a liberal so-called city. Police beat black people down. Everything. Where's Mayor De Blasio? Nothing. Nothing. San Francisco, blacks get beaten by.
But hold on, Carla. Hold on. He got a black wife. Black wife.
Yeah, he got a black wife. That's what passes for helping black folks. You know what I'm saying? He got a black wife. All this freaking kind of nonsense is going on in Black America. Why? Because we don't have real leadership. And I'm going to talk about this. We have basically people who profess to love black people and everything, but the whole thing is, it seems like, rightfully so, there's people that want to stir the pot. You know, they feel that well, there's nothing going on in Black America. Black people are too complacent, and this, that, and the other thing. When we get a lot of us get frustrated with black people not doing anything, and this, that, and the other thing. Okay, that's a legitimate thing. But if you come to Black America and say, you know, we're getting shit on, we do this, you got to come with them with a real alternative. And like I said,
hold on. One second, Carla, go ahead and sing the like song, please, guys. Get these likes up. We got 104 people watching, 40 likes. So with that being said, Carla's gonna sing the like song.
Like. Please hit the like button and don't cost you nothing. You could be a Negro and hug your toe, but please hit the button. Like. Hey, you want me to keep singing that? Put that like button on. You know what I'm saying? Put that like button on. Likes are free. So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is about the professional troublemaker. If there's an old saying, if you can't help people, don't hurt them. The black political situation in America is very tenuous. I'm seeing, I don't know where you at, Atlanta, but I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the number of people, young black men getting killed and violence and the guns and all stuff like this. There's a lot of black people feel like they're under siege. There's violence in the community, there's disrespect. It's a lot of Black America, our culture is failing in America. Gentrification is just one of the problems. How can you talk about gentrification, complain about gentrification, when we're doing, our culture is doing all the things that cause gentrification?
Okay, Kyle, do you think there's such thing as Black American culture?
Yes. Black American culture. Let me give you an example. I did a seminar. I was at a seniors event, Olympics Tuesday, right? It was a big event for the city of Portsmouth, right? The mayor, I met the mayor, vice mayor, and several prominent people there. It was like hundreds of people there, and I was a vendor there. It was vendor day, so I was a vendor there with my company. And so anyway, one thing, when they opened the ceremonies up, they sung the national anthem and everything. Everybody was up there and everything. Then they had the emoji readings, you know. And if you come here in this area right here, Portsmouth is very big in this area, you know. So the city of Portsmouth officially recognizes emoji, Emoji Day, the emoji spirit. So we had that, and we had several other things going on, stuff like that. Yes, there is an African American culture, culture. There's things that distinct us from other people. You have the Gullah Geechee people. You have different customs and rights, and certain things we do that other people don't do that distinguishes us from other people, even in the diaspora. Yeah, there is an African American culture. It's intertwined with American culture, but there's a difference when you go around white people and you around black people. There's certain things we do in our culture that's unique to us. And I'm going to explain that so Dynasty gets back. So.
My bad, I had to step away for a second.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, yes, there is a black culture. People don't think we have a culture, but the fact that we tend to marry each other, we tend to like the same music, we have the same customs, we have the same narrative, same history and stuff like that. If you ask a black person who was Martin Luther King, they'll know it. If you ask them who was Frederick Douglass, they'll know it. If you ask them about different music and stuff like that, let me give you an example. At the event, we were playing 1950s music, right? And some of the things that Shy Light came on, and people singing and dance stuff like that, and people understand, people doing the line dance and stuff like that, everything. What I'm saying is there is actually a aesthetic of Black American culture is not really recognized because the problem with Black American culture is white people try to duplicate and imitate everything we do. We do jazz. If you look at early jazz and everything, the early dances and everything, that was right pulled from Africa. Our music is African, but it's Americanized. Okay, the dances we have, the music, even in the church where people praise and shout, that's African culture. People don't realize that. People think culture being white. When you go to any Baptist church or any Methodist church, people are praising and shouting and dancing.
When I go to Africa to the Voodoo Festival, it's the same thing. They catch
same thing. It's that we carry that into Christianity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We Africanize Christianity. That's why you have the African Methodist Episcopal Church. It was an African version of Christianity. So we do have that, but we don't really recognize that as such because we have this thing about identifying with Africa fully. And that's what we're trying to get to now. More and more African Americans who are educated. That's what I think about that. More Black people are educated. More educated you are, the more you tend to identify in Africa, or you appreciate your African roots and everything. People who aren't educated tend to don't do that. And another thing I'm going to talk about is consciousness. If you're not conscious, consciousness is who you are. If you're not conscious of the fact that your actions, right, when you do something, right, I live my life as an example. Understand the things I do and say and everything is going to reflect on the next Black man. That's just the way it is. There's a lot of Black people who are not conscious, and that's what I'm going to talk about right now. People think your consciousness is going there browbeating people to death. I'm conscious, you're ignorant, you're Black, whatever like that. No, conscious is the fact that you recognize who you are. You recognize you're realistic about who your situation is. You realize who your enemies are, who your friends are, who your family are, and everything. And you realize your heritage, your roots, everything, and you have a projection about how you see the world and how you see the future. And when people are conscious, they tend to have those things in common. That's why they link together. Well, when you're not conscious, right, you don't think twice about going out there and getting with the wrong people and everything like that. Said you're not conscious. You don't care about who you date. You date outside your race. You don't care about your community. You don't care about things that's happening in the community. You hear about a police shooting that doesn't bother you. Why? Because you're like, it didn't happen to me. Then when it does happen to you, you want everybody to come jumping up and down to your defense. You want everybody to you see that with a lot of celebrities. They ain't Black until they get in trouble. When they get in trouble, suddenly, everybody got to come out and now support you in your cause. You weren't conscious before. You was like, F the community and everything. F the community. I don't care about that. And it's a battle back and forth. Or if you're conscious about what you say in your music. If you're an artist, you care about what you say in your music. You care about how people are going to perceive you. And you understand you have a responsibility, not to just your family. You have a responsibility to your people, your community. But when you're not conscious, right, you don't care about putting out foul stuff and everything. You don't care about putting out misogyny.
But Books from Moses said if I made a hair care product that made Black folks' hair the same texture as their eyebrows, I'd be the man. The fuck?
Yeah. Probably. But like I said, and then like I said, how do we get our sisters to understand? Like I said, where my office is, right? Where my office is, right next to my office is a weave shop and everything. And I see the procession of women coming in. It's like bring your own. It's like a bring your own weave thing, you know. And I see women coming in there with their
bring your own weave.
bring your own weave. And they come in with bags of hair and whatnot. They come out. They come in balls, and they go out there with hair all the way down to their legs and whatnot. You know. You know? And I've been watching this all day out my window. You know. You know. Yeah, I wanted to, and then the thing is, when I go out there and smoke a cigar, I dare not say nothing. Why? Because I can get dropped and kicked in the head. You know, talk, and I learned don't talk about women's hair. When
You said bring your old weave. You come out with your hair down to your ankles.
Yeah, I don't learn not to say nothing. You know, say anything because the bottom line is I don't know how to get black women to appreciate their natural hair and natural beauty and everything. I don't know what to say. You know, they're hell bent on getting that Brazilian weave and looking, you know, looking like they're an Indian or something. You know, and I'm like. You can't
copper colored more.
Yeah, copper colored people.
Copper colored more. Copper color.
But the copper colored Indians didn't have weave. They had long, straight hair. You know, the black African. Our hair grows up. You know, our hair grows out, up and out. Our hair don't hang down like this. We're not Indians. We're Africans. We're black. You know, and so like I said, bottom line,
he said to the calf muscles.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's get.
Yeah. So back to the topic at hand. Are black separatists, right? Let me give you an example. Like,
real quick, guys. Let's get these likes up. Number one. Number two. If you super chat, okay, I will send you a postcard. Doesn't matter how much. Just let me know which postcard you want. Send me an email. But when you super chat, I will send you a postcard. You got me with the Shanti bodyguards. And me with the King of Alada. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Guys, we gotta remember to play that video for the
Okay, so we'll do that in about 20 minutes.
Okay, 20. Check this out. So the whole thing is about troublemakers and militants and everything. I want to know. See, the whole thing is this: you don't have to have a degree to be a so-called black leader, black militant. There's no, even in Christian church, don't you have to get a seminar lesson, a certificate?
Seminary, Montessori, something school, not Montessori.
There has to be some way of people have to have some sort of vetting before you get out there and call yourself a so-called spokesman or leader. Why? Because everybody get up there, and I see some of these guys, that guy Yada, how did he get 1 million views talking about vaginas and whatever like that? And people, this brother's deep. And I'm saying to myself, what the hell is going on? And so the whole thing, Colin, they said, Colin, you just jealous. Look, the people I reach, the one I reach. I'm not interested in getting a million views, stuff like that. You know, if 1 million views don't really turn into people joining the BIO and getting into land infrastructure nationhood, I don't need a fan base and everything. I don't really give a damn about being a celebrity and all stuff like that. I could care less. If people join our movement and everything, fine. But if it's just for me, I don't go out here and I don't make a living off of this, you know. So it doesn't matter. That's why I don't do my own platform, right? Because I don't want anybody accusing me of trying to monetize or anything like that. You can't accuse me of that. You know, I'll help other people in their platform.
Yeah, it's just we got this woke equals broke mentality, man.
Yeah. Whatever. And now since that's the mentality out there, I'm not gonna play into that. You know, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to play into that. You know, I got my own money. I got my own career and everything like that. It's going well. I don't need to do that, you know, but I'm not going to knock anybody else for doing that. You know, that you can monetize. I want to see us on a bigger platform making real money off it, but it's not for me. Other people, yes, not for me, you know, because I don't want to be distracted. I have a mission that I'm on here for. I've been doing this for years and everything. And I want to steer people towards nationalism. This is why and another thing I found out the other day when I did that vending thing at the Senior Olympics, I discovered something. You know, you always discover something. You're never too late to learn. I figured I know the mayor there, you know, the one bishop that was there, he did the prayer, and there was just a diverse section of Black Americans. All the volunteers were younger people and everything from the different senior support. It was a beautiful day. It was like hundreds of people there and everything. A lot of people there. A lot of sisters that run the different city organizations, everything were there and everything like that. Some of the alumni of the Alpha Kappas and everything were there. And I learned something I learned something this week. I said, I wonder why is it that you got the churches there and everything like that, but where is the so-called Black nationalist community? I know it's there. Even though we had the Umoja thing and everything. Why is it that people who call themselves black radicals and everything, why are they so distant from their own people? If there's something going on in the black community and everything, and you call yourself a leader and everything, how come you're not there? How come you're not there volunteering, setting up stuff and everything? How come you didn't pay for the sponsorship? We sponsored it. You know, we paid a couple $100 to be a sponsor. Okay, why isn't the black nationalist movement there? What is it about the black nationalist movement that you can't be a part of something like the black churches are and stuff like that? That's in the same community you claim to represent. And that's the problem, right? And I said to myself, if I ever want to build a BAL there, I have to tell my message where I have to be acceptable to the majority of people there. So in other words, basically, I understand that we have the young men that did that were in the military. The U.S. Marines there, brothers in the U.S. Marines, those retired veterans there. They were getting them honor and everything. I said, look, these people are community. They want some of the veterans of foreign wars. They were there. They had when they did the march and everything. They had their banner out, stuff like that. And so I said, that's beautiful. As the city was like, it was so beautiful. I saw that, and I said to myself, how do we basically, as black nationalists, get integrated into the community? Why? Because you're not going to change them, but what you want to do is be a part of the community, so therefore they can listen to your ideas. They can say, you know something, what you guys are doing, Uhuru and BAL, that's a good idea. I see nothing wrong with that. And then you see yourself being part of your own community and everything, and you'll start seeing the nationalist movement start having some tangible results. But right now, you can't fool me. There's no real nationalist movement doing anything. All you do is show up it's like an ambulance chasing. You show up at a police shooting. You show up with this protest. You take a bunch of pictures and everything, and you take a picture with the crowds who are they're angry. They'll say a bunch of nonsense and everything. It gets on the 6 o'clock news, and you think you've done something. And then it gradually, like white people know, it'll fizzle out until the basketball season comes around, or football season comes around, and you're back out there with my Jets, my Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Like my Bills going to the Super Bowl this year and everything. They know they play you out like a freaking child. All they give you little toys to play with, and they know you'll be distracted. Oh, when Empire comes on, okay, if you schedule a march, it better not be on Wednesday because Empire is gonna be on. I can't do that and everything. They know you don't think like serious people, and you don't have any serious agenda, and they know that. They know no matter how much you talk about reparations, your black ass is gonna be marching up there for the Democrat, whoever the Democrat puts on the ticket. They know that. They know you ain't going anywhere. You ain't going anywhere. You're not gonna rise up against the Democrats. You ain't gonna do it. That's why the whole thing about this reparations thing. Now, this is a perfect example of troublemaking, right? Why in the world would you tell somebody, give us reparations or tangible, something that's impossible, or we don't vote? So basically, what you're saying is,
why wouldn't you, Carla?
Now let me say it like this. I'm like this. What you can say is this. First of all, you got to be something attainable. First of all, reparations can't come through the legislation process. It's impossible. You got to get basically 2/3 of Congress and 2/3 of the House, right? Get through all these subcommittees and everything, and then you got to override a presidential veto. It could still be challenged in the courts, like Obamacare. It's challenged in the courts. It's still been going on about Obamacare. They're gradually peeling off the Affordable Care Act. How do you have it? So do black people realize that the majority of people in this country are white? The majority of districts in this country are white. The majority of legislations and all this things. In order for you to have affirmative action, reparations, there would have to be an amendment to the Constitution. Amendment to the Constitution with certain things. And the other thing, one of the things you might have to do is, if you opt out, you're going to lose your U.S. citizenship. They'll give you an amendment. Say we're going to pay the descendants of slave law, but you're going to basically no longer an American citizen. Are you ready to go that distance?
Hey, Hugo, make sure you email me your address. Go ahead, Colin.
But Diane, did you hear what I just said? I said there would have to be a constitutional amendment.
Okay.
Talking about readjusting the descendants of slaves, money compensation, have the land, whatever like that, right? And to do that, you have to have 2/3 of Congress, and also it has to be ratified by 3/4 of the states of America. You think you're going to get all the southern states to vote to give black people reparations? No. But let's say some miracle did happen. One of the things that they're going to ask for is, okay, if you really feel like that, and everything. You want this government. You didn't want to integrate into American society. You didn't want to assimilate into American culture, which they gave you the opportunity to do the best way they can. Then you have to basically opt out of America and leave, or they're going to partition a part of America to give black people territory to colonize, right? Which is never going to happen and whatnot, because they're not going to let a hostile black group inside of America have their own territory. So the only thing you have to do is say, okay, you're going to integrate into African society, and the U.S. government will be responsible for paying for it. That's the only reparations that would ever happen, you know? So therefore, since I know that, right? Since I know that, I realize that, and I know that, right? Why are people still thinking that they're going to basically, in a year and a half, try to have some reparations before the next election? That's being disingenuous. That's troublemaking. All you're doing is trying to browbeat black people to get the Democrats to lose so Trump can get elected again. That's all you're really doing. That's all you're doing. You want Trump to get elected, or you basically want to be the spoilers and be the power brokers so the Democratic bosses can come to you at the last moment and say, hey, such and such, what, you know, we got to change your stance and come out here. You know, we got the Democratic campaign thing. This is another thing that's a pull up from the Democrats. The Democratic Party had $1 billion. Hillary Clinton had $1 billion. All these white NGOs and white people got paid, right? They didn't spend any money on black media outlets, you know, black bloggers and stuff like that. Now these black bloggers are basically saying, well, if we're not at the table, we're not going to tell black people to vote for it. So out of this came the so-called ADOS movement, you know, the ADOS movement, because the Democrats got the black and the Caribbeans, the black Caribbeans and the black immigrant population in their pocket. The Democrats also got the LGBTQ. They, for the most part, got half the Latinos in the community. The thing they always counted on, right, was the large black voting bloc, right? Now that's being threatened. Now, I don't believe that these people who are basically trying to do the ADOS thing really care about the agenda. It's all about, if you don't deal with us and whatnot, or they're going to make it appear like Al Sharpton. If you don't deal with us and everything, Al Sharpton getting kicked off. If you don't pay us, or you don't give us money and stuff like that, or get us on these platforms and everything, we're going to keep with this ADOS stuff. And might not have the black, you might lose another election. That's what it's all about. So, like I said, it's not trouble. It's not doing anything. It's troublemaking. Now, basically, say, well, Colin, what are you saying? We should go ahead and vote Democrat? I'm not telling. I don't tell people what to vote for. You know, but I do know I'm not going to be part of some chicanery, and I really do that chicanery. I don't think people are really serious about. If you were really serious about representing, you would have a political party right now. You know, you'd be organized right now. You would have resources. You would have money. You would have all these things right here, and you'd be starting to, first of all, by challenging things. First of all, how is it that black people don't have a political party that they can run in these black districts to get rid of these congressional black Democrats, you know, who are not going to do anything? You have a political party. You can put your candidate. Do you even know how politics work? You can put any candidate on the ballot. They don't have to be a Democrat. You can have your own political party and unseat people like Charlie Rangel and Elijah Cummings and all these other people to get rid of it. Then that shows that you're really serious about politics in America. But you're going to go on the same thing, the same two-party system, and you're going to expect some results. Who are we kidding? And like I said, this is nothing but troublemaking. This is not anything serious. This is not anything well thought out. It's troublemaking. And people get away with it because they know the people that listen to them are low IQ people on the internet. You know, most people are low IQ, and they don't understand how politics work and everything. And that's what it is. Brandon says, true. Yeah. The bottom line is this: if you have what's the name? African company that have 10 black Americans. Yeah, we have several African Americans who have companies in Africa that invest that thing, but they don't have any ties back to the United States. My brother Mark Blanton, he's on South Africa TV. He has a company called The Real South Africa. He does tours. And I just saw a thing today where he's interviewing.
Okay, I think it'll be a better idea for to start off with class action lawsuits versus companies who were involved in the slave trade.
Like I said, the courts, go to the courts. But the thing is, then America has to come up with a thing saying they would be in a position harbinger of justifying human cruelty. At the same time, right? If they reject it, that would be the best thing, because you will put America on the spot. How can you go around the world talking to North Korea about cruelty and everything when you just basically said that 400 years of cruelty in America was legal? But no one's even doing that. No one's even doing that. They think they're going to get it through the legislative process. That shows me that people are not serious. All you like to do is troublemaker and run your mouth and talk shit. That's all it is. Nobody's serious. Don't talk to me about the next election. As far as I'm concerned, there is no election. I don't care about the American political process. But I'm just giving you some advice. If you hell bent on, you think your life is going to improve if a Democrat wins or Trump wins and everything, you're sadly mistaken. Nothing's going to change. The police is still going to, you're still going to see images of police slamming black girls on the concrete. You're going to still see images of people dragging police out of a car. You're going to still see people black on black crime. You're still going to see Hispanic on black crime. You're still going to see all this stuff. You're still going to be made to the buffoon in the media. You're still going to be doing what you're doing right now. Nothing's going to change. It's only getting worse. So don't give me that crap about, oh yeah, we got to get out there, we got to rise up and all stuff like that. No, you're just hyping people up. I told people about Black Lives Matter. I said it's going to fizzle away and go away. As soon as they got their money, like the guy got his book deal, everything, all about the LGBT, the gays, all that, they totally forgot about why they found Black Lives Matter. The only thing they want to talk about the LGBT and the gay stuff. I told you that's what it was all about. I told you Colin Kaepernick was a phony. You know, he was using people, this and the other. Colin Kaepernick doesn't understand anything about Black American culture. Yeah, Black people are oppressed with all that stuff that he says. But the whole thing is, Black people in America have been so long living with oppression. That's part of our culture. That's another thing when you say Black American culture. I learned something years ago. Learned something in studying Liberians, right? Even indigenous Liberians. I had, when I first, it was like years ago, I started interacting with on the internet. Any sort of, let me tell you something about how Liberians are, all of them, right? Any sort of slight you do against them, right, historically or unilateral everything, they don't forget and they don't forgive. And I always tell them, I said, well, can you imagine how we feel about how white people did us all these years? But you guys are talking about the time where some American Liberian may have basically cursed at you and everything like that. You're like, are you ready to kill all of them? And you won't forgive for that. I said, what personally? Well, when I was going to school, this American like kid used to pick on me. Okay, if that's enough for you to hate a whole group of people, but yet you come to America and ask me, why are you guys so angry all the time? And so why are you guys always talking about race and everything? That's another thing. The people that come over, Black people that come over, immigrants, still have no idea about the racial situation in America. They have no idea. They think if a person doesn't wear white sheets or a Klan and everything, that everything's all right. But we see things differently. We know the fact that we see white people with jobs and careers and everything that we know we're more qualified for. We know that they're in positions. Like there was a mayor in Georgia. You heard about that? Who somebody, a black person wanted a job, right? He just simply said, I can't hire a black person. It's just not right. In Georgia, 2019, happened the other day.
This is a black mayor?
It was a white mayor. He said, no, Google Georgia mayor racist statement. He said, "No, what? 2019, and this is acceptable." And a lot of Black people sit back in Georgia, like, okay, well, let's talk about what the Bulldogs gonna do, and let's get on with other things. Black people have no.
Yeah, here we go. This is in Houston, Georgia. A mayor reportedly said her city isn't ready for a black leader. Council member went further. God dang. Yeah, I know where Houston is. And this is not even, this is isn't ready to have an African American city administrator.
Yeah. 2019, and we're still hearing this. And all I want to do is make sure the nationalist movement stays sane, respectable, and honorable, right? Because I don't want us to be confused with the troublemakers, the buffoons, the idiots out here who only promoting themselves and just trying to make trouble and everything. I believe the nationalist movement is an alternative, and not just an alternative, but a complementary for what Black America has right now. If not an alternative, you can have either or. I never fight anybody from, if you want to be American and love America, America's the best thing since apple pie and everything, go right ahead. But you also have to respect the fact that we have decent people who are nationalists who are interested in returning and building on our ancestral continent. That's all I want. Now, we can coexist with each other. We'll get along just fine.
Well,
I re-
and dude said, "I'm a Christian, and my Christian beliefs are you don't do interracial marriage." That's why I was. That's the way I was brought up, and that's
yeah,
the
a
way
lot of
I
black people in
believe. He
church
said,
believe that.
and then he said, "I have black friends. I hire black people, but when it comes to all this stuff you see on TV, when you see blacks and whites together, it makes my blood boil because that's just not the way a Christian is supposed to live."
Well, a lot of black people feel like that.
But listen, when we say, when we bring up Africa and having our own nation state and
Oh, they don't want you to go.
integrating the African tribe, we're crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy. White people can say that all day, right? But we say, okay, I agree with you, white person. We want our own black nation. We want our own black community. We don't want, oh, what's going on? See, white people rely on us always trying to integrate and everything, right?
Mhm.
And then when they are calling the shots. But when black people get together and say, you know something? I think you're right. Let's stay with our own churches and everything. Let's spend our own money and everything. Let's do our own thing. Let's connect with our ancestors. Oh no, that's not being a good American. That's
Right.
like you're being separatist and everything. You're a troublemaker and everything. So we're saying like this. Hey, look, for now on, the nationalist movement is going to look right. Going to be sitting right side by side with the Greek because white American racism is not going any place, obviously. So telling us that we got to dismantle the nationalist movement, you're the same. The national movement is always going to be here. It's the oldest ideology in America, and now it's starting to take root because the more and more educated black people come into the nationalist movement, the more success is going to be. Before the nationalist movement was not about education, they were not about infrastructure, they were not about science, they were not about technology, they were not about modern business and modern finance and stuff like that. They were not none of that stuff like that. So what you call it? Tell this kid I'm doing the show.
Hey, I'll go
Oh,
ahead and what I'll do, I'll go ahead and play the video call and then
yeah,
we can close out. Let me you emailed it. Well, not emailed, it's in my
yeah,
Facebook chat, right? Okay.
yeah,
And also too, guys, shout out to
yeah.
straightblacklove.com.
I love that.
Make sure you guys go and visit, set up your profile on straightblacklove.com. Again, straightblacklove.com.
And what I would say, let me say something about straight black love. The reason why I love that stuff like that because you are not going to build a nation without a family structure. Until we get back into our value system of loving families and loving families. And I want to do a show about how Liberia was successful. Why? Because they had families. You know what I'm saying? They built dynasties. They built communities. You know what I'm saying? They had laws and all stuff like that. All the things you need to build a nation, build community. You have to have a family system. You can't have a bunch of dudes, boys and girls running around not knowing who their daddy is. Who my daddy is? Excuse me.
Say it, he
I
said
don't.
again, say it again, say it
I
again.
don't know who my daddy is. I dated females like that, but that's sad. But the thing is, I don't want to mock people and everything like that. But we have to change. The bottom line is, we cannot. If stop thinking about yourself for a minute, right? Did you hear about that story where the guy burned his beautiful little 4-year-old daughter in the car, locked in the car, to get back at the mother? Some
Josh,
bastard.
I'll one up you. Here in Atlanta a couple years ago, the mother who wanted to get back at the baby daddy put her daughter in an oven and cooked her.
I think I remember that one too.
True story, not too
Yeah,
far
and
from
then
where I live.
the one lady in Georgia just got the death penalty because she brutally beat her stepdaughter to death. You know what I'm saying? They gave her the death penalty. Evil. We've tolerated evil in our community in the name of, oh well, she's oppressed and all this kind of nonsense and everything. No, evil is evil. We're gonna protect our children. We're gonna protect the black patriarchy. We're gonna protect heterosexual couples and everything. That's the only way we're gonna survive as a people. We're going to protect the sanctity of marriage and all that stuff like that. Black couples, black marriage, all stuff like that. That's the key in building a nation. Now the other people, LGBT, you want to do what you want to do, fine. But you ain't not going to bully your way into this movement. That's not going to happen.
Hey, speaking of LGBTQ, the school shooting in
Oh, I know about that.
what are the people like? You notice the left is quiet about that. And no, I'm not left or right, but I just find it funny that they're very quiet about the school shooting because one of the killers was, I guess, a gay woman or a gay girl. Kyle, you there? I think we lost Kala. Or either that. Hold on. Yeah, Kala froze up on us, you guys. Let me play this video real quick in regards to BAIO is hosting a trip to Rwanda in November, and I'm trying to find a video. Here we go. Because I got to try to find a video. If not, I'll just. All right, I can't find it. So, guys, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and log out and close out. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Kala, you there?
Yeah. Every time I
Kala, real quick, send me the video again.
Okay, let me send you the video. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Dinus, please don't stop. Oh, of course I won't stop, King Leo. Of course not. But I need you guys to support me too. You know, if you want to see this platform grow, super chat, Patreon. You know, support me on Patreon. Search for Uhuru, super chat if you want to see this platform grow. Kala, you emailed it or no? Don't email it, Kala. Send it to through Facebook Messenger. And if you support, I'll send you a postcard. Bam, 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 bam. And guys, also too, I head to Nigeria tomorrow. So I head to Nigeria, catching a red eye from JFK tomorrow night. So just wanted to keep everybody abreast on that. Kala. Streamlab. Okay, I'm gonna download Streamlabs.
Did you get it, Dice?
Let me check right now.
I sent it to your Facebook.
I know, I'm looking right now. Golly, man, this thing is tripping. I'm trying to scroll up. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, got it. All right, let me share the screen.
This is a BL official.
Oh no, I got it. I'm about to share the screen.
Join us.
All right, cool. There's the information, you guys.
Yes, first. Rwanda is Wakanda.
All right, cool. So everyone, make sure you check out go to the BAIO name site as well. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I have to get ready. I got to start packing because I leave tomorrow. So Everyone, thank you for joining us. Make sure you go to search for Uhuru at Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, go to the BAL name site. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Uhuru. Peace.
Peace.